What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to Tour Life. Today is Tuesday, September 16th, and Yuli is in a blender right now up in Vermont.
I can't. Oh, I'm back.
As quickly as he came. Oh, there he is.
Wait, did it work now?
I don't know what you guys are seeing. What I am seeing is blurry faces and a little tozzle that goes like this.
I'm seeing you. We're hearing you right now.
Yeah,
so let's just keep it going. Because whatever is happening right now is working. Gary, how's it going? You look like you have a little bit better internet situation.
It's been a crazy last few days. We came back from a wedding this past weekend. We were away for 3.5 days, and when we came back in the house, I heard water pouring from underneath our sink in our kitchen. A pipe was leaking. We have no idea how long it was leaking. We were gone for 3.5 days. Water was pooled everywhere. It was a terrible time. Terrible time.
That's like my worst nightmare. Like your pipes bursting. Normally that happens when it's like cold.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a connection, like a coupler went bad. Fortunately, they had the wherewithal to put a like a stop valve right there, so I was able to shut it down. But literally the cabinet doors are swollen, so they kind of bust themselves open, and the wall behind the sink and everything feels soft. It's not a good time.
Jeez. Okay. Well, before we lose Yuli, because who knows how much internet Vermont is able to have. Yuli is up there getting ready for GMC, the start of the Disc Golf Pro Tour playoffs. The only thing I have to tell you guys is if you have not yet watched Last Breath on Netflix, there's a documentary that you can go watch as well. But if you want to watch more of a Hollywood take on it, which is pretty much accurate, very accurate to the timeline, it is incredible. I had no idea this job existed. There are apparently people that live at the bottom, well, not live, but basically work at the bottom of oceans for a month's time. They're just down there, like 1,000 feet. It's insane. One of the craziest stories I've ever heard too. So, Yuli, I don't know if you have good enough internet up there, but if you're able to download or stream from Netflix, watch Last Breath. It might be actually on Amazon Prime. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember where I watched it. But crazy, crazy job. Very, very crazy. Okay, so let's jump into it because I want to hear Yuli's take on the biggest news that happened this past week, and then also maybe get a little intel of what we're looking to. It's on Netflix. Thank you, Doc. What we're looking forward to come GMC. So this past week, the big news broke. When did it actually happen, Gary? What day was it?
It happened in the wee hours of the morning, and it was
Estonia time, of course.
Yes. Let me see.
Is it this weekend? I want to say it was this weekend.
I sent it to you guys at 2:57 a.m. yesterday.
Oh, okay. So
it happened about 30 minutes before that. So
it's essentially Tuesday morning, I guess, right?
Yesterday. So Monday, early Monday morning around 2 a.m. Eastern time here.
So that'd be like basically around morning time in Estonia, is what I'm assuming.
Late, yeah. Something like that.
I think they're like 7 or 8 hours, I think, something like that. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't seen, we got a post. There were some people speculating, seeing that Kristin was no longer on Throw Pink on the PGA's website, and that there was speculation on what was the deal. Then I believe she made a post saying that she was done with disc golf this year. She had some stuff going on. She was done with disc golf this year. And then she was kind of promoting. I think she just had kind of bad timing with her bag drop, but she had just dropped her bag. Yep. And then yesterday makes a post that, I guess, Yuli, have you read the post yet? Have you seen the post, Yuli? What's your take on it? Because some people, she kind of left it a little bit open-ended. But what's your kind of take on it? Do you think this is a retirement post, or do you think this is something that we could see her back maybe sometime next year, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 5 years down the road? What do you think?
In her post, she said she wasn't coming back next year. I think in the post it said that. It said like I'm not, and then
Next year.
and not next year either, or something like that.
Yeah, so
Dude, do you have the post?
Yeah. That specific line says, I have decided to end my season for this year and not begin another one next year with no conclusive plans beyond that.
Not
go.
begin another one next year. So, yeah, I mean, that sounds like she's done this year or next year, yeah?
And then open-ended, it sounds like you got to, for me, I hear a lot of people talking about retirement and this, that, and the other thing. And to me, it sounds like done this year, done next year, don't know what's after that. And as she goes farther on in the post, and from what Latitude posted, she's going to be involved in doing other things. And I'm not so sure what that's going to be. My take on it is kind of wild. We haven't really seen that in disc golf before, except for, the closest thing I've seen is Seppo Payo, who was really young in his career, and he stepped away.
Vino also stepped away, but didn't look like a retirement thing from Vino.
Yeah,
it just looked like
he steps away.
break.
Yeah, I've seen people step away for a break, of course. Yeah, I've seen that lots of times, but I haven't seen somebody like post like, "Hey, I'm done and I'm not coming back next year. And I don't know what's happening after that." Seppo, he had a whole retirement video, so a little bizarre, but I don't know. I don't know what to take of it. I wish there was a way to like hear her words exactly, and if she did like a press conference at a pro tour or something, and hear what's really happening in there, because she has so many fans, so many people want to know, and so you can take those posts for whatever they are and read into them a lot. One thing I do know is do what you need to do. Also, the selfish parts of me wants to see her play.
Sure.
That's the selfish part of me, being a big time fan of FPO and watching it all the time. Like she really brought a lot to the FPO division, a ton. And I feel like when she came in, and this isn't to disrespect the women before her who were great, but she gave an extra flair. And I think a lot of people saw that too with the sponsorships that she got, and the way Estonia kind of came in and supported her through that whole process. So, like I said, the selfish part of me is like, there's no way, like you have to come back and play. But when you're an adult and you have a family, that's what's serious. And if that's what it comes down to, and somebody gave me an ultimatum of, hey, it's disc golf for your family, and you know which one I'm choosing. Like it's gonna be my family every single time. So I don't know if that's an issue, but to me, I can relate to that if that's part of the decision. But we just don't know where that comes from. If I were to, it's so weird to put yourself in that situation, because I don't know what's going on there. But if I were to put myself in that situation and I was going to retire, I would try to like win another tournament and go out on top.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe
you know what I mean?
I would leave.
To
do.
Huh?
Do you think that's maybe? Do you think maybe that's
so.
what she was trying to do this year?
Maybe
it just wasn't happening.
Maybe. But she's so good that eventually she'd win again. Like that's how good she is.
Yeah.
Like eventually you get there, and then, but that's the kind of my grinder's mentality, and that's not fair to put in somebody else. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, for me to put myself into that situation, there's that, but nobody can put themselves in my situation. It's just all speculation. Like I said, the selfish part of me, I don't want to see her go because she's so fun to watch, but the adult side of me gets it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gary. Yeah.
As a person, obviously, person to person, we want to see her get better with whatever it is, or spend more time with her family. That's super huge. But also, as our job to analyze the sport of disc golf, the disc golf is better with Kristin as part of the game. And when you think about what people like what Kristin's done for the FPO division and beyond the FPO division, you just disc golf in general, she is probably one of the best international or in general ambassadors of the sport who's taken it and turned it into a professional looking thing. And so to see her walk away, it's like, do I think there are people who are talented enough in the FPO division to fill the shoes just from a talent perspective? I think, yes, we're getting there. But is there anyone who has that gravitas, that maturity? I don't think there's anyone there yet. And that's going to be a huge loss on the FPO side of the aisle. So one of my big questions is, we've seen a lot of players in a lot of sports retire, unretire, and do all those kinds of things. As there are events held maybe in Estonia in future years, do we see her come out and play in an Estonian event and have like a very, very nitpicky kind of, I'll play this event? Because she still says in her post, I love playing disc golf. So I don't think that's going to stop for her. So when it comes to representing her country on some kind of national level, I still think we could see her participate like that in the future. It's just, I think it's whatever kind of stock you want to put in this kind of post, but it's
like on her post, I wanted to select my words like carefully because I didn't want to go into something that I just have no clue about. But what I do believe is I've never seen somebody come into the game and have a faster impact on as a global worldwide stage, like the way that she came in and grew and became so good. And then, like I said, with the sponsorship and these things all coming around and doing big things. I mean, she won Athlete of the Year, I think, in Estonia. I believe that's true. I think she won.
I don't know if I'm not sure if she won or not, but she definitely was nominated.
Okay. So yeah,
she might have won it. I don't remember who.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Even to be like in,
she was like one of 5 people or something. Yeah,
there you go. That's insane. And so that's something that I'm thoroughly impressed with as somebody who's been around the game for a long time and watched it get to where it is. Like, without her, we're not where we are. And so at that point, that's when you thank her for what she's done and then hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it on here before. I think you could probably put her definitely top 5, maybe even top 3 as far as like influential people in the disc golf space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's not FPO. That's literally across the board. She had a way of not only, making the field around her better. We saw a lot of improvement from a lot of players these last couple of years because they knew they had to increase their game to compete with her. But we also saw her influence just a lot of fans. She captivated a lot of audiences. You could tell what card Kristin was playing on at every tournament because of the audience, the crowds that she would take. And she would have some of the biggest lines for autographs and photos at the end. So, I mean, she was a massive, massive star in this space. And
polarizing.
It's one of those where you question, we're always going to question it because she left it open-ended, right? She didn't give us a reason. If she would have said, hey, listen, being on the road all the time away from my kid sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm going to go home and be a mom. Then all of us, we boop, there's no question of what's going on. That's what's happening. But because she left it open-ended, we got to wonder, like, did her rise to fame happen too quick? Was it a whole lot to where all of a sudden it just, got to be too much and taking a step away? Now, she's made a whole lot of money these last couple of years. And she's also, from what I've heard, pretty well connected with some other things going on over there. So it also might be one of those things of where another option could be, hey, listen, I don't need to go and travel and play anymore. That took a big toll on me and my family. I can stay more at home. I can run tournaments. I can, run my business and do all those things. and not have to do it, but still be involved in disc golf. So there's a lot of things that it could be for sure. But one thing that we do know is this is going to be a big hit on FPO. And I know Gary said there are players in place that can maybe fill those shoes, but I don't think it's going to be right away. And we've seen good talent these last couple of tournaments without her in the field, but there was always this, well, Kristin's not there. And now it's not, well, Kristin's not there. It's Kristin's not going to be there, right? And the question is like, where does that look like? What does that look like in the future for the FPO field?
Yeah, it definitely leaves a massive gap. If you're someone, I mean, you think about the people who are in that position now of like, if Kristin's removed, you're looking at someone like Silva Saarinen, who I think of the group of ladies that are there may have the closest thing we have to the talent that Kristin had, but she's just a very shy individual. The personality isn't, she doesn't carry that, best in the world kind of energy about her. You've got more outgoing players, obviously, like, you've got Owen and Missy, who are very upfront and the kind of people you want to support and all that kind of stuff. But do they have that upper gear that like Kristin had? I think that right now there are so many players in the FPO division sitting there wondering, is this my chance to step up? And there's a lot of people who are saying that they're just not going to watch FPO content anymore without Kristin in the field. And I would argue against that if you want to see the sport continue to grow, you've got to watch the FPO content. You got to, because that's how we get the sponsors and it's how we grow.
Yeah, but you can't force, Gary, you can't force people to watch something. If Kristin's their favorite player and Kristin was the reason they watched FPO, it's not like they haven't seen anyone else play, Gary.
I know that.
If they're watching Kristin play, they've seen all the other people play.
And it's real similar to the Tiger effect. Like, and it is there. I mean, we can't deny it that like she's fun to watch. And not only is she fun to watch, she's not really good on the mic. She's really good on the mic. Like every press conference, everything, the way that she presented herself and the words that she chose had me locked in. Like, I wanted to listen to what she had to say. Like on our podcast, I'm sitting there and it's hard for me to come up with questions because I'm just every single, through the whole thing, I'm like locked in and being like, well, that's like, I could listen to her talk about disc golf forever, and that's tough because like you said, there are, like Silva's shy, super fun to watch play, but she's shy on the mic. And so it's hard if you don't know them personally, if you're just watching and you see one interview and then you connect that to the play, that's a hard, what do you call it? Like that they need to pair to get to that super stardom of why everybody likes to watch it. And so I don't know. We'll get it. We'll find somebody who will fill the shoes,
or a
eventually.
Group of people.
Yeah, or a group,
there could be
for sure.
There could be some great. You basically just need some sort of rivalry or back and forth.
Yes.
You need something of where people are battling a little bit. It can definitely happen. I mean, Owen is still a really fun player to watch for sure. But
I mean, Missy and Holland coming down the stretch, and that was a tight battle, and that was super fun to watch.
Course.
But I know them. You know what I mean? I know them personally. Like.
And,
I don't know.
And there's always the star factor's never been able. You've never been able to.
It's the
pinpoint. Yeah, you've never been able to do it. Yep. And something that really bugged me a lot with going back to my Ultimate days. Something that bugged me a lot was, USA Ultimate is like the PDGA of Ultimate, right? Very similar governing bodies, but pretty much handles everything. And USA Ultimate would handpick who they wanted to represent the sport. They would handpick who they wanted to be in magazines or videos or whoever they wanted to promote. And they weren't picking the popular people. They weren't picking the people that fans are drawn to. And if you watch the big leagues, if you watch the NBA, if you watch the NFL, if you watch the soccer, they are going with where the people are drawn to.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll do a highlight package of a no-name player. And we've seen the Disc Golf Pro Tour do that before. They've highlighted some smaller name players and stuff and put people on feature cards. But if they're not drawing the attention of the people, you can't just keep forcing someone down someone's throat and being like, no, you should like this person. And you also can't go to someone and say like, hey, can you get like more likable? Can you make the fans like you more?
Yeah.
It's just Kristin had something that we were drawn to. Everyone was drawn to. And you wanted to watch her play, and then you wanted to watch her talk on the mic afterwards. Yeah. And it's going to be really, really hard to find someone else that can do that.
Well, it's just like we lose. Like Paul goes, I'm retiring. I'm gone. It's the same thing. He leaves. Yeah. There's a massive fan base there that are just like, I don't want to watch anymore because that's my guy.
Yeah,
I was so connected to that guy.
Bad, a bunch of people stopped watching.
100%. And but the difference is Macbeth was in it for so long. He leaves, and it's like, okay, off into the sunset he goes. Yeah, Kristin, like I said, this happened quick. Very, very fast to get. It to also this
seemed
level.
like she was still like
sure.
Like Paul's kind of like either plateaued or like maybe this way, right? Not a lot, but like he like you said, he's been up top for so long that he's still not climbing.
Yeah,
Kristin, I feel like was still climbing.
Yeah, so I'm talking as far as popularity, not necessarily play.
I still think popularity-wise, Kristin was still climbing. I think
yes,
yeah. I don't know. It's a tough thing to lose, but hopefully everything that is happening, if there are things going on in her life, hopefully those things all work out and get solved.
Absolutely.
That's, I think at the end.
It makes me
and when they do, please come back so we can watch you play. Please.
Absolutely. It makes me really hope that we get Evelina on a full tour next year, because if Kristin's out and Evelina does what she did this year with only playing 5 events, that would be a real hindrance. And I wonder what the trickle down effect is to the growth of disc golf from an international perspective. Like, are we going to see young, talented international players make a decision maybe to move to the United States? Maybe this, like, does all this travel back and forth, does it really hamper the possible growth of a European star? And we'll see that over time, I suppose.
I hope that this is my hope. I hope that she's done playing and she has like something she's working on that's like really big for the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's because I
secret project.
Yeah, some secret project that's happening, and she's involved, and it's going to. And she's like, okay, this is bigger than me, and this is what I'm doing. That's my hope. I don't
There's
think
some theories out there.
Correct?
There's some theories,
but that's where my mind goes. So I'm like, because it's so bizarre to me to see somebody do that, unless it's family related, which we don't know, right? But if it's not that.
She's going to become
that's where my head goes. Yeah.
Coordinator.
Any other big stories drop? I feel like that was pretty much, it's been pretty quiet. Gary, do you have anything else for us?
That's probably the biggest story. And like, I guess the only part of that is a ripple effect is that does open up a whole nother spot for the Pro Tour Championship on the FPO side, because with her out, they even updated their website to say the top 19 now. That way, when you visually look at it, you can tell there's an extra spot there. But no, nothing really huge that I'm aware of going down in the space. Just double checking my notes here.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty quiet day. Yuli, you're up at the courses right now.
Yeah.
We're playing Fox Run and we're playing Brewster. Any changes we should be looking forward to coming up this week for the GMC?
Couple cool changes, man. Let's see, 8, the par 5 at Fox Run. Is that right?
Okay.
Is that 8? I believe it is.
I don't know what.
Or is it 7? Number, but, no, it's.
But there's only one par 5, so I know what you're talking about.
7. It's hole 7. Yeah. It's hole 7. Really cool placement, man. So they moved one of the positions over to the right and straight away and longer. So
push back into the woods a little bit,
and no, just at the wood line back there.
Okay,
but a good 100 feet farther, and then OB lining the whole way until that spot. So it's really tight. It's a really tight hole, and then it kind of curves out to the left, and there's a a landing zone that connects to where the other bucket is. So there's a little landing zone short, but that's probably 80 feet from the hole. And so if you want to go at it, you got to really take on this crazy little shot. So that's really nice.
I like that.
I didn't play 15 and 16, but I think they're the same. I think.
Okay.
17 looked the same, 18 is the same, and then you go over to Fox Run, or I mean, you go over to Brewster, and there's several changes there as well, and
I
really
like
good
that.
ones. Really good ones. 14 push straight back and move. Well, not push, it's move straight to the left. So it used to be this really tough up the hill, kind of impossible little shot to get through. Took a lot of luck, and they moved that left to where it's very accessible. And then they moved 16, the sidearm down the hill to the right.
Okay.
They moved that 30 feet farther in line with
Okay.
where your disc is coming in. So that way. So that's a little tougher. And then 17, they moved the tee pad back 150, 200
I like
feet.
that. That hole was too easy.
Yep. And now it's extremely difficult birdie, man. Like extremely. A lot of people are ending up left. I think it's going to play a whole stroke over par. To be
Well,
honest.
yeah, and I was going to say
par 4.
too, moving that further back. Now, if you get offline early,
oh, it's tight. Yeah, you're done.
You're not necessarily even playing for par at that point. Can still be kind of tricky. So that hole definitely need to be changed, because I mean some guys are getting like jump putt looks.
Yeah,
these guys jump putting their mids up there. So I like that. I like that a lot. Not a huge fan of 18 for Brewster. What can you do though? Thankfully we don't finish out there. Yeah, go ahead, Garrett.
How are the tee pads looking, Yuli? I know in the past the tee pads have been a concern a little bit on these courses.
they look like the same, but they might be newer. I mean, it's nice. Luckily, we have really nice weather, and they seem fine to me today. But if it rains out there, man, they're a nightmare. They're a nightmare.
Tough. What are the temps up there right now?
Oh, it was perfect today. It was like 76, 78. And it's going to stay like that. I think the last 2 days it drops like 10 degrees. So like 60s.
Yeah, 80 degrees on Thursday, partly cloudy, and then down to 64, 63 with sunny on Friday and Saturday, finishing at 73 on Sunday.
Yeah, just perfect, right? Across the board. Looks good.
All of our listeners, there's only a handful of courses I would say you definitely need to make the trek out to. Smugs is definitely one of those. If you can afford it, go up there for a weekend, play Brewster, play Fox Run, have a good time. Some really nice restaurants. There's like a little deli 15, 12 minutes away from the course that have all sorts of food that you basically just go in, ding, 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 ding. They heat up the stuff that needs to be heat up. Incredible bakery in there. I've spent a lot of time and money in that deli. Just don't get confused. There is some syrup that I thought was like special. You can basically buy that syrup in your grocery store. So I don't know where you need to go in Vermont to get the syrup that's only in Vermont.
The guy on the side of the road.
Yeah, because
no joke. That's where it's at. If you find a guy on the side of the road selling the syrups, that's where you got to stop.
Yeah, my syrup. Kelsey was like, "You mean the syrup that I literally have in the refrigerator right now?" I was like, "Oh no." All right, you guys ready for pick'em? Did anything change? Is Edwin in here? Did we have?
I
any
saw
change?
Edwin today. He was at the practice round.
Heck yeah.
He was writing down all the stats. He's like, all right.
I don't think we have any money changes, so I think we should be fine to continue on. Normally he tells
playoffs.
Ooh, I hope not. I feel like we don't want double points. I feel like we want to try to run the clock out.
Yeah, we're just going to keep crushing.
Yes, Shay, we put our syrup in the refrigerator. That's not weird.
I think the only way they have a chance is if we couldn't take their picks, because there's just no way.
Okay, he says no change. All right, love it. Okay, boys. Well, FPO should be interesting.
Oh, I have to say this too. Got completely flamed by Gannon for my take last
you
week.
did.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Oh my.
Bro, oh my,
He's
is
watching.
right. I'm looking at the things. The comments are hilarious, and I'm like, dude, we picked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it
I
again
think
right now.
Gann was just having a little fun there, but I think that was a little fun at your expense, unfortunately.
That's okay. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. But unfortunately, you know what that does mean? I do
You're not
have the
picking him
power
this
not
week.
to pick them at all
You won't do
and
it.
leave them on the wayside because
Mm.
I don't know. 4-round tournament,
What-
we got to go with Gannon. For
Yeah.
sure, go with Gannon.
Yeah.
Let's go Gannon, and
I was
then
gonna say what did he finish last year?
probably first. I'm not. There's no more. There's no more
The only
slander.
the only thing
Going
though
to
is
Gannon.
hear me out.
Okay.
The only thing is these courses do bring in a lot of people that usually don't compete.
Gannon won
Yeah.
by 7 strokes last year. And he had a course record at 16 under.
16 under,
He-
yeah.
Yeah, he was upset that he couldn't get the perfect round. He said he's
Yeah, he
chasing
might just
there.
birdie every hole at Fox. Quite frankly, he might just literally birdie every hole at Fox.
And remember, whether you like ratings or not, this is a man incentivized to play better than 1067 disc golf to keep his rating where it's
yeah,
at.
there's also a guy that like is not affected by pressure at all. We've never seen him. It just seems like when there's more pressure on him, he continues to do really good.
It was kind of a little wishy-washy putt there on 17 last week. Just gonna say.
Well, what I'm saying is like we don't see him ever like put a lot of he had a lot of pressure at Worlds this year. A lot of
Oh
pressure.
yeah, and just dominated. Yes.
And he just
No, I
won.
hear-
It's
I
not
hear
like
that.
it's not like all of a sudden he gets a top 20. and
No,
we're
you're
like,
not. Yeah,
"Ooh."
you're saying like pressure outside of
Yeah.
moments.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, okay,
yes.
yeah.
We definitely have seen him get a little
That
whatever.
whatever I just said is gonna get clipped. Dang it.
Yeah.
Ran my way right into there.
If he loses pressure points on 17's putt, he gets them all back with the roller drive on 18.
So true.
Yeah, and it also it's he has a bad round 1 and it's not like he freaks out.
Yeah.
He because there's 4 rounds, it gives him so much time to get back into it, and he always does. So let's do FPO first, though. Let's go FPO first.
Okay.
So FPO, we are looking at some of the top players that are going to be there. Silva will be there. Holland will be there. Own, Ella, Kat Murch, Paige Pierce, Rebecca Cox, Katrina Allen. So no Evelina still. Doesn't look like Haley King will be. Wait, what am I looking at right now?
I'm pretty sure Evelina.
I'm in match play.
You're in match play.
Everyone, disregard everything you just heard. If PJ Mike could delete like Men in Black, he would. Okay, here we go. Missy and Silver are there. Holland is there. Owen and Evelina are there. Haley's there. Ella, Kat Murch, Henna, Val. So it looks like everyone is there. Try to see. Yeah, it looks like everyone's going to be there. All right. Everyone's there, Yuli. So let's go. Let's go sneaky. Like, who do we think could play really well at these courses? That's cheap. Let's start maybe in the cheap zone. Because, like, to me, like, Val's a great pick here at $2.
Val's good.
Yeah.
Don't love Paige at Brewster. I love her at Fox.
Cat Merch might be sneaky.
Don't love Cat at Brewster. I love Evelina. I mean, I think Evelina is going to have a million birdie putts.
She is here.
She is going to be here.
Yep.
Holland,
I'll be honest.
Like right,
you know what I like? I'll
Holland
just throw this out
scares
there.
me
I
right now.
like Missy.
Silver
I
too.
like Own, and I like a $2 guy.
Yeah, because the thing is, do we think anyone in the $1 realm can top 10 or top 5.
I think Anakin might be able to. She finished top 10 last year. She's having a decent finish this season.
Lucky also played really good here at Worlds. Was that 2 years ago? 2
Is
years ago,
Anakin
Lucky?
in the $1?
She is.
Yep.
So what are you thinking? Are you thinking going Silva?
It's just I don't
Silva-
love.
So was your runner-up last year. She tied Kristin, lost in the playoff.
I mean,
The thing is like what
if we
if
go
you go
Silva, then we go Val, and then we go Anakin.
Yeah, and the problem there is I think 2 of those people might not top 10.
Yeah.
Like
You
it wouldn't
could
be it wouldn't be crazy for Val and Anakin not to top 10, is what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Now all you have is Silva.
I don't know. I feel like
Versus-
Anakin is playing well lately.
Yeah, she definitely is.
I think here's my picks.
I like Silva. I'm not saying I don't like Silva. I'm just saying
Is there
Group
any
one-
chance Missy and Own don't top 10? No.
I was gonna say the hot
Or
hand
Evelina.
is definitely Missy and Own.
or Evelina.
Own finished 3rd here last year, and Missy was 5th.
What
I
about
like-
Evelina?
Evelina finished in 9th, tied with tied with Cat Merch.
What the flip?
What if we go Missy, Own, Val?
See, to me, I think right there you're locking in 2 top 10s. You're locking in probably at least 1 top 5. And then Val can sneak in. Val can win this thing too. So
Val did not shoot under par at this event last year.
did not.
Did not finished in 14th.
Wasn't she really hurt?
It's possible
Yes.
at this point.
Yes. Yes. She was hurt. I'm just thinking about this. It's like this course, Brewster is like just it's very similar to Northwood
4 rounds.
for FPO.
Yeah, Missy and Val seems pretty solid. Like that's a strong trio.
And Own.
The only thing is you do get a lot more points for picking the winner. So if we think that Silva for sure is going to win this thing, then we should go Silva, go Val, and then go Anakin and roll the dice. Because you do get a lot more points. But if you're telling me, hey, Missy might win this thing, Owen might win this thing,
Own
Ella
and Missy
might win
played
this thing.
really good over. I mean, Silva got 2nd. I don't know. You know what? How about you pick somebody first, Brody? I'll pick somebody, and then Gary, you pick somebody. So you start us off, Brody. If you pick Silva,
I'll take Missy.
I'll take Own.
I feel like Val's the safest pick here, so I'll go. I think that's a good
Okay.
trio.
I think that's the safest way to assure us to get points. But
Yeah,
we
I
don't
like
need to
it.
be chasing. We don't need to be chasing points. We're in the
Yeah.
lead. They need to chase us.
Yeah, 'cause
Yep.
I don't like Holland right now. I think I need to see more from her. And Silva, we know she's going to have at least 1 or 2 rounds where she pops off, but
Well, I don't like calling at Brewster either.
yeah. So I think that's the safest pick.
Brewster's going to require a lot of forehands, if I remember correctly, Yuli. It's a lot of forehands or turnover backhands.
Yep.
I feel better
Neither
about
of
Owen than I
which-
do Missy, but both are still good picks.
Okay.
Okay, so we go Gannon.
Yeah. Got to go
Okay.
Gannon. It's a no-brainer. Sorry to all our $4 peeps. You guys are out.
And then this is actually interesting. I
Corey
like
Ell- Ugh.
no. I either like Kyle, of course,
Sully. Kyle.
or Sully.
Sully might be nasty out there too.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the safe play there is
There's not a lot of
Gannon, Kyle.
Kyle got 23rd last year.
Yeah, he
What's
was hurt
Sully?
then
He
too.
was-
though.
I think he was
Yeah.
hurting too.
What'd Sully get?
Ezra Robinson.
Sully, I'm scrolling.
It is funny that we're not taking Isaac.
He
who,
was
like,
hurt too last year, I think. Sully.
Dominates of this course, but you gotta go Gannon.
Yeah, Sully had 42nd last year. The thing is, though, there's such score compression. There's so many names up here that aren't like standard. Now, Corey Ellis did get 5th. He's in the $2 tier. Had a good stretch.
What a year can do, though. You know.
Yeah.
I like Ezra. I think Ezra gives us our best shot to win with a $2 guy out of all those guys, to be honest, with the way people are
Him or
playing this year.
Klein?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Klein hasn't won this year.
Do we go sneaky Matty O here for the $1?
As I say, you're not feeling Hammers on like a hot hand kind of thing because
I do, but I mean,
it's a risk.
played with him today.
Yeah, but he can turn it on, man.
Oh, he turns it around quick.
Yeah,
And then I think the very, 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 very safe play on the bottom there is
Evan
Dickerson.
Smith.
Oh, is Matty O even? Matty O is here. What has he done this year?
Dickerson took 15th last year. Evan Smith
Matty O
took
has
third last year.
struggled. Let's not pick Matty. Matty has been struggling this year. Jeez.
I like Chris.
Chris's last couple of events have been 10th, 5th, 7th. It's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick there, Yules. All right,
Thanks.
lock it in.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Oh, but what about sneaky Hebenheimer?
Heebs did just get a win this past weekend over AB, over...
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Chris.
Okay.
Lock it. I love Heebs, but let's lock in
Same.
Chris there. Just
Yeah.
try to get the points. Try to get the points. All right. Pretty solid stuff there. We'll see how that all pans out. We are now going to open the floor up for questions. So if you are in our live chat and you have a question for myself, Yuli, Gary, even maybe PJ Mike, drop your questions in and we will try to answer those. I also have some on here that I'll say. This is a good one. This is coming from Clark. Clark wants to know, what's the fewest hours of sleep you've had the night before a tournament, and how did your score go? Yuli, any late nights before a tournament?
Oh yeah, driving through the night to get to a tournament.
Ooh.
Try no sleep. I remember going in Nebraska, playing a tournament, driving through the night somewhere else and playing the tournament without stopping, pulling into the parking lot and playing, and it went fine, but it was awful.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So no sleep for sure. But there's been some tough ones, like at Worlds. There's been some really tough ones with like complications on commentary and stuff, to where I played bad on top of it. So then I'm teeing off at like 9:30 or something, and I'm getting couple hours. Yeah.
Gary, have you had any late nights before tournaments?
Yeah, I've done the all-nighter before a tournament before, and I feel like it was really helpful in the first round because you don't have enough brain cells to think about what you're doing, so you're just kind of autopilot. But that hour and a half lunch break in between, you better not take a nap. You better not take a nap because you're done for, especially depending on what you do. So I've done that before. It's not great, but I don't get a lot of sleep anyway, so I'm kind of used to it.
Marie wants to know, why was Gannonburg late to the presser today? You're going to have to ask him. No idea.
Legos, for sure. That's definitely it.
Oh, okay.
Legos.
Taylor wants to know, what do you think Gannon needs to do to pass Macbeth/Climo? Is it actually just Worlds wins?
Yeah, at this point, the way that the sport is ran and the way people look at what is great, yes, win Worlds. It's going to take him 10 years from right now.
The World Championships is going on right now for track and field. And it's very interesting to kind of see, because it's a similar sport.
Okay, I will say this. I'm going to interrupt you because there is a way he can pass those guys. If he goes on a crazy win streak and he wins like 10 in a row, 12 in a row, has like a year like Macbeth had 2015 to where he just sweeps all the majors, somebody beats him like 2 times ever, we can start having the discussion, because that's the way that it works. So there is a way, I think, to where people could be like, I don't care how many world titles you have, nobody can beat this guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. what I was saying is like it is interesting looking at the world championships going on in track and field right now because they have a bunch of big events throughout the season. The world championships happens every year at the end of the year. Everyone knows like this is the end of the season and you're going into an off season. But people that win, their reactions are very different winning a world championship than it is when they win the Olympics.
Right.
And I think disc golf we've talked about before. I think they could do something like that if they wanted to with the world championships, having it every other year or something, or just pushing it to where the world championships is the last thing. And there's a couple majors that people want to win, but the world championships is the end all be all, and it's the very end of the season, and it caps it off. I don't know. I thought it was interesting to see that.
I don't know, man. The World Championships is a weird subject. I feel like
it's so weird. It just doesn't seem right.
It just doesn't right. There's something that. Listen, it is like we've talked about it before. It's so hard to win because it's once a year and everybody knows how great it is. That's part of the reason why it's so hard to win. Now, it's so hard on somebody's career. Like, what if Gannon just wins everything forever but he doesn't, win another world championship?
Yeah.
But he has 30 majors. Like, how is he not the best of all time? You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird thing. Like, we put so much weight on this one tournament.
And I think it's okay if you do that if it's in the right spot. That's the thing that makes it the weirdest for me is it's your Super Bowl's in the middle of your season. That's where it's weird. If the World Championships was at the end of every season, then I think it would make a lot more sense.
Then you get rid of the majors, period. Then you just have the World Championships. We don't have majors. We just have tournaments. You have Elite Series tournaments across the board. There's no majors. It's just the Worlds.
You could do that too.
Because when you put the M in front of it, you would think that those should be equal across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But they're not. They're not equal at all. Like, you don't get a signature disc for winning a major. You get a signature disc for winning a world title. You could take major away from it completely. Have it be unsanctioned event. People want to win that.
With Ohm playing so well at her age, is coming from Doc. Why do players in their 30s sound like they are ready to retire? I think a lot of it, Doc, has to do with financials. Honestly, I think that is a big, big thing for a lot of people. You get to the point of where you want to settle down. You want to maybe buy a house. You want to maybe start a family. You want to do all these things. And if you're not financially in a position to do that, you need to start making kind of changes, right? I think ultimately that's what it comes down to some of these players. I don't think there's anyone that's in their 30s being like a football player being like, oh, my body just doesn't work anymore. Like, I don't think that's happening. I think it's outside of the sport decisions being made.
Yeah. It's all the birdie soup.
Jonathan wants to know, are we going to see Brody and Yuli play some basketball at USDGC so we can see Brody dunk on him? I said I was going to be able to dunk by the end of the year, my friend. USDGC is not the end of the year.
He's never dunking on me.
I'm currently not getting any lighter. I am still losing fat, but I am not getting lighter. I'm staying right around that 222 pounds right now. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You look good though, man. I got to tell you, seeing you at the Great Lakes, you look strong. You look fit.
It's getting there.
It looks good. Yeah.
It's getting there. Let's see here.
While you look, I saw a good question. Someone was asking about playoffs and everything. This is we have a new setup for playoffs this year in terms of how people get in. So you got your finishers at the Green Mountain Championship and MVP do have a chance to get in if you're outside the cut line. depending on how you finish. So like there's technically, I think, more people than normal have an opportunity to make it into the Tour Championship with exceptional performance. That'll be really interesting to see. But there are players, I think more players than we've ever seen below the cut line who can still get in based on how they play. So it's going to be really interesting to watch. But yeah.
Thank you guys for sending all these questions in. We're getting a lot of them in. What is the PGA equivalent? The Masters is in the middle. Okay, so this is something that is highly mistaken by a whole lot of people. I'm not entirely sure why people believe this, and it might just be because we live in the United States, so people just think the Masters is the most important. If you ask across the board what major tournament in golf is the most important, what do you want to win, the Masters is the one that is the favorite, but it's not like in disc golf. In disc golf, you're going to have, let's be honest, Yuli, in disc golf, you're going to have 99.9% of pros saying worlds.
Yeah.
There are going to be some people that lie to you and say USDGC. That is a lie. There might be a very small percentage of people that are like, I've already won worlds. It would be nice to win a USDGC. I don't even know who those people are, if those people even exist. But Ricky. It's worlds. Sure, Ricky. But it's worlds. The majority of people want to win worlds in disc golf, where in golf, there might be 40% that say the Masters, and then there's 15, 18% that say the US Open, and then there's another 15 or 17% that says the Open, and then pretty much no one says the PGA Championships. That's what everyone can agree on. That's the worst one of the four. But of those three, depending on where you live, depending on how you got into golf, people value them differently. So that's the big thing between the majors in golf and the majors in disc golf is one major in disc golf, everyone will say that's the most important. Majors in golf, it's a little bit different.
And
Spencer
in golf, if somebody has two PGA championships, which is like the biggest, or I mean the smallest, they're never going to be like, yeah, I'll trade these two for a Masters win, because an M's an M.
Yes.
In disc golf, somebody would trade two for one.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Champions Cup and a Japan Open? Sure, why not?
What about a European Disc Golf Festival or three Elite Series wins? What do you value more? If you could have one or the other, you could have a win at the European Disc Golf Festival against the second strongest strength of field this year, or 3 Elite Series wins. What are you picking?
I'll pick the major over 10 wins.
I think there might be a lot of players that pick the 3 wins
for sure.
More money, and also
is money a factor?
No, yeah, I was gonna say more money, and your name's also in the news a little bit more.
I bring that up because I was.
Yeah, I'm a bad person because I went through 20 years.
You just want to win the
major and never could get it done. I'll trade. I'll take the 10. No, thank you. I'll take the 1.
I did a thought experiment of what if Gannon Buhr was not a tour card holder and not eligible to win Player of the Year? Who would win Player of the Year? And it kind of came down to Calvin with his 1 major win and his incredibly consistent finishing position, or Niklas with 3 Elite Series wins, one of which is over a bit of a weaker field, but one's at an Elite Plus event. So who in your mind, like, what do you value more? 3 wins with a more up and down finish season, or 1 major win with a much more consistent season? So I've been getting a lot of.
That's a great argument.
That's a great.
See, that should be a typical argument in most sports, but Gannon's ruining everybody's fun.
That's a great question. All right, I think we got most of the questions in. Do you guys have anything else? Anything else on your mind? Anything you're thinking of? Yuli, how are you thinking this week for you? I feel like these courses suit your game pretty well.
It's like so hit and miss. Like I told you guys last week, like I feel good, and then sometimes I just don't play good. So I know drawing from experience in the past, I haven't played here in 2 years ago is when I played here because I missed last year. So it's been 3 years. Yeah.
But it's not deglow. You're not coming into it thinking I can't win.
No, typically I have really good success on these courses. I love the way they shape my eye. Yeah, I feel good. I mean, it's a random thing with me right now that I just have to live with. Like, I just don't know what Paul I'm gonna have on the first tee.
Yeah.
But I feel really good. Like, I played great today. I played 2 practice rounds. Everything was great. I think I shot like my second round out there. I shot like an 8 under at Brewster with a bunch of really bad shots. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's some people that are real quick. There's some people that are spamming questions. Just want to let you guys know, if I'm not answering your question, it's probably because I don't have an answer to your question. It's not that I'm ignoring it. It's just I don't have an answer to it. So apologies.
I did have a giveaway on my YouTube channel yesterday, and somebody freaking went in there and spammed me and tried to scam everybody. Can you guys believe that? Like, hey, I'm Paul Ulibarri here. Give me all your information.
All the time.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
It's unfortunately social media.
I had to turn off the comments. But no, Vessi shoes still working out great. Vessi.com/Uli, 15% off.
Make sure you check them out. I'll say this too, because obviously there's been a lot of stuff going on this past week on social media. I'll say this, unfortunate as it is, this will be my only kind of statement, I guess, on it. I think the world has always had bad people. I think the world has always had evil people. I think the only difference now is with social media, you see those people more, and then also those people can find each other easily. I'll say that. So I think sometimes we do live in a recency bias world of where, you hear the adult generations, you always hear like, oh my gosh, this generation that's coming up, they suck, they're lazy, whatever. Back in my day, everyone kind of ends up being that grumpy adult at some point. So I think we always just assume things were better or things were different back in the day, but I don't know. I think evil's always been around. I think bad people have always been around. It's just now it's more in our face. You see it more. Where back then you had to turn on your TV and you had to watch like the news. If you didn't turn on your TV and watch the news, you kind of could just live in your own world and have no idea. Where now on social media, your timeline just fills up with it. And I will say this. I think the one thing, because I've had conversations with Kelsey before of where it's like, what the heck are we supposed to do? Like, what are we honestly supposed to do? Because you do feel small. You feel like, even though I do have a platform on here, I have followers on Instagram and Twitter. A lot of times, though, if you say anything, it just all of a sudden incites hate, incites people going after each other. So it's like, it is tough to be like, what are we supposed to do to move forward? And I think the only thing you can really do is just try to lead by example, try to love everyone. And that's it, because this whole idea of saying these people are wrong or these people are bad or and I think that's just dividing everyone against each other. I don't think that solves anything. And so, and we've seen it even in the disc golf space too. It happens all over the place. It happens everywhere. And it's unfortunate, but I think if we can all love one another a little bit more, if we can all understand that we all are going through stuff, everyone's going through crap. And if we can try to walk into each other's shoes and take a second before we say hateful, mean things to one another and realize that we're a lot more similar to one another than we are different, I think that will hopefully put us in the right direction. But at the end of the day too, I think social media has has done a lot of good, but I think it's also caused a lot of problems. And yeah, I don't know. I think when we get older, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's really what it is when you're younger, you think the world's so much better because you're not paying attention to it. And as we get older, you start paying attention a little bit more to it. So
Yeah, I think there's a
I don't know.
respect thing that happens too, to where like when you're online, the respect balance is cut off completely. You can just kind of say what you don't know this person. They're not sitting right here in front of you. So your opinion can go, don't care about your opinion because I don't respect you. There's a barrier, in between you guys, and it's the keyboard. But when you have somebody right in front of you, it's very rare that two adults get in a crazy argument with each other right here, talking about something and just having different opinions. Like you're
It definitely
usually able to
happens,
get
but
through
yes,
that,
it happens on social media way more.
but it happens on social media all the time. I think that's why social media is just absolutely a wild place.
Well,
is because it's like, oh, I have no repercussion for anything that I say except for more people having an opinion about my thing. Instead of two people having an opinion, there's a respect behind the opinion. You think that way, I think this way, and everything's all good here. Let's talk about it,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's not a thing on social media.
Yeah, no,
I think
it's go ahead, Gary. Yeah.
I think it's really important. One of the things that I'd recommend to a lot of people is check the amount of time you spend on social media. I think we're spending so much time, and if anyone's paying attention, it's getting faster and faster and faster and faster, and it's treating us in a way that it's just programming our brain to not be able to focus on things, and we get a lot in a short amount of time. I think it's important that we all take a step back sometimes from devices and from social media. And we have a great sport that does that for us with disc golf. Go out, touch some grass, throw some discs, and just get off your phone for a bit.
Yeah, it's a weird place we're in currently, because I wouldn't even say before social media was great, because the news, whoever controls the news, and you start going the conspiracy theory route and stuff, right? Where that's not great either, because you could have someone that
you get one channel.
Yeah, you could have
Mhm.
someone that can tell you exactly what they want to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think we're in a weird world of where I don't think it's that much better, of where who do you believe?
Yeah,
Like,
stuff.
who am I legitimately supposed, when I have 18 different people that I think are all in like what should be respected positions, all saying different things. Who am I supposed to believe?
Yeah.
Who am I really, really supposed to believe in that situation of what happened, what's going on? And it makes it very, very challenging. And I mean, heck, go to the very basic. My timeline on TikTok, the majority of it is like lifting and calorie deficit TikToks.
Yep.
Of those people talking about it. And Yuli, you would be shocked at how literally it's one person saying one thing, swipe, the next person saying the exact opposite. Don't do this, do this. And it's like, who are you supposed to live? Like, everyone now has an opinion. Everyone now has something to say. Who are you supposed to listen to? Who are you supposed to believe? And I think this is where ultimately at the end of the day, your morals and your beliefs are so important, because if you're, I don't know. I don't know. And again, I think this, I'll say this, I'll end it here unless you guys have something to say after this. I think if we could all go into conversations with people online and in person like they were our distant family members, because we have all had family barbecues, family reunions. We've all had family gatherings where someone's like, get ready for Uncle Ronnie, right? We all have some sort of family member that's crazy, that's going to say crazy stuff, that's going to stir up trouble. But because he's in the family, we all love him and we all just get through it, right? I feel like if we all can kind of look through that lens with everyone, it might make it a little bit better. because you don't end up leaving the family union being like, I freaking hate Uncle Ronnie. He is the absolute worst person in the world. You know, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you have a lot of hate in your heart.
Ronnie
At that
sucks,
point-
man. Ronnie.
At that point, I'd say we got to look in the mirror. But my point is this. I'm glad you guys are all here listening to the podcast.
And Ronnie's
We try
always
to make-
invited is the thing.
We try to make this podcast
He makes the
for
best
you
macaroni
guys.
salad.
So that way, you know, it's a place to hang out, talk disc golf, something that we all love to watch and partake in. It's a hobby for a lot of us listening and watching. And hopefully it does bring some sort of joy to you guys that you guys can then go on and pass on to other people. And so we'll leave it at that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week.